practice polygyny.
That's what you wanted to signal. That's what you wanted to signal. Maybe I'll rephrase my question. So what do you want young women to take away from your relationship dynamic, and what do you think this signals to young women? What do you think a young woman watching this, how you two, you and Olivia interact, how Sean interacts with you two, how Sean interacts with women that come on stream, all of this, what do you think that signals to young girls?
I want young girls to learn from our relationship that...
Wait. And I don't mean to interrupt you, because there's a difference. What do you think it signals? You can also add what you want it to signal, but what do you think it signals?
Gotcha. Well, I want it to signal that monogamy is not the only way. You don't have to do everything on your own, because I know, like, some cultures, I'm not even going to say some cultures, some people have this mindset that, you know, oh, I don't need a partner, or I can do that by myself. And I understand, like, people are able to do things on their own. Like you said, you can. But I want to do bigger and better things with, I feel as though we're stronger together. So, in regards to what I feel as though our dynamic signals to other people, everyone isn't used to seeing poly relationships. So, of course, since they don't understand, or it's not normalized, of course it's going to send red flags to them.
What red flags do you think it would send to, like, a young girl?
Sorry?
I would appreciate your answer, not his answer.
In regards to young girls, I honestly wouldn't even be able to tell, because it's just not, I'm just saying it's not normalized. This isn't something that people see every day. So, of course, they're going to have some type of objectivity, and it's going to stir up some type of feelings. Like, oh, well, I would get jealous if my man was kissing on another woman, so I would never do that. I am not a jealous woman. I have a lot of self-assurance. I am self-confident. I know my self-worth. I don't have any jealousy. So I don't have to worry about those type of things. Yeah. I want to include more women into my dynamic, because I see the value of women being assets in our relationship.
Yeah, I agree. And also, I would like to add, like, again, the vision is 7 queens. That is what's gonna happen. I think what you will see is you will see 7 powerful women, and you will see the heights to what we have achieved. And I think that will go ahead and inspire people. Wow, there's power in women coming together. There's power in family coming together. There's power in, you know, this dynamic. And I know that we're only going to get bigger and bigger. We're only going to impact more and more people. We are literally going to be like a symbol of, you know, just going ahead and being successful in every single area of life and impacting as much people as possible, because there is power in numbers. There is power in collaboration and family. So that's probably what people don't think right now, but it's definitely going to get to that point. I think that's what people are going to think about it.
This is a very interesting response to not the question I really asked, but I get the vibe. How often are y'all away from him?
Half the day.
Half the day?
Mm-hmm. I work from home, so we both work from home. But I work, so I'm not next to him, like, on his arm, and, you know, like, I'm not, like, always on him when we're at home. I work, so yeah.
Interesting. I want to talk about money. Can we talk about money? I like money.
Yeah, I have a question for you, though.
I don't really want to answer any questions, actually. I like talking to women.
Why not? We can have a conversation back and forth.
So, if we need to talk about money, Olivia and Sean.
We actually want to, like, converse.
Yeah.
Like, what is, like, why do you feel like we can't have a conversation back and forth?
Yeah, I'm confused.
Why do I feel like who can't have a conversation back and forth?
Like us.
All of us. Like, us is the thing. I don't know why you guys try to divide us. Like, if you want to talk to them, talk to them. But, like, why can't we have a conversation?
I don't think I'm dividing in any capacity. I'm picking who I think I want to answer the question and asking directly. The way that you...
Refusing to answer the question?
I'm sorry?
I said, so you just refuse to talk to me?
Well, you see, if I may speak plainly, may I?
What?
If I may speak plainly, may I?
Okay.
Question mark.
Yeah.
I feel like the way that you convey some of your points. What's a good way to phrase this? You know what? Never mind. Go ahead. What's
I personally feel like you're used to dealing with people that you're a lot smarter than me, and I don't think I think you're used to people being intimidated by your intelligence and your vocabulary. And when you meet a man that's not, I think it throws you for a loop. Because all I do is ask you simple questions. I haven't said anything belligerent. I haven't said anything disrespectful. I just pointed at logic, just like I'm about to do right now, and I guess it forces you into an answer that you don't like. So you like data. You like everything, right? You went to Yale. You're very educated. You know data is important. So if you took a test and you had a 50% failure rate, would you say like you did good? Like you passed that subject? Yes or no?
What if you took a test and you had a 98% failure rate?
Then no, you would fail. So with that being said, if you had a 50% failure rate, would you
You're about to give me the
would you
data
say
on.
hold on, would you say you passed or failed?
First and foremost, I am not in trial here. So if you want this to be a conversation, I'm not backed into yes or no.
All right, so I'm just asking you a simple question.
Yeah. Like.
Would you say you passed
It's a leading question into monogamy and polygamy's success and failure. No.
All right. So my whole point
the
is this.
statistic that I just gave you is higher than monogamy. But I would like to talk about money if you don't mind.
And I'm going to go into that. I'm going to go into that because you're right. You're 100% right, and I'm going to explain. So there's different forms of polygamy. So with that being said, if America has over a 50% failure rate at relationships, why are we so stuck on saying that this one way is right? When if we fail a test or we got a 50% on an exam or in a class, we will get a failing grade. Right now, America's getting a failing grade in relationships based off monogamy. So why are we so gung-ho on it?
Right.
Because I can sit up here and tell you why they push monogamy. I can tell you about all the money and the economic benefits of it. I can sit up here and tell you that.
Ask somebody who is arguing with your polygamy. Nothing I have stated has been an argument against a relationship of multiple people.
So you would do a poly relationship? Is that what I'm hearing? Yes or no?
Personal preference.
So you're against polygamy.
But I don't care if you are in one. I haven't contested.
So you're against polygamy? Yes or no?
For others, no. I personally don't like it.
Okay.
But I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything about your polygamy or monogamy. So I don't know why we're on that topic. I simply asked about the dynamics between the two of you.
That's so funny.
There's there's nothing that I've said that has even addressed if you should or shouldn't have a multiple person relationship. But I want to talk about money. And I want to talk to Shanice.
So we can talk about that. So my thing is this: you asking them where are their fathers, and they don't insinuating that they somehow don't know their value. Isn't you like?
I didn't insinuate that in any capacity. I simply question the tie between having a father figure in the home and how relationships develop between men and women when they do or don't. Continuing, I'd like to talk about money.
Go ahead.
Thank you. I'm assuming you're based in the United States of America, no?
Maybe.
I simply asked because I'm going to say you're not married, I'm assuming. No?
Maybe.
So if you aren't married, how does money get divided between the three of you?
To be honest with you, they do whatever they want to do with their money. I take every single penny I make and put it into investments. So that's pretty much that. Right now, we're going for freedom. That's our very first goal, freedom. And what we consider freedom is $83,000 a month coming in passively from investments, from cash flowing businesses, whether it's like laundromats, whether it's e-com, whether it's like real estate, trucking, whatever it may be. We want to make $1 million a year passively. Making $1 million a year income is totally different than making $1 million a year passively, and you know that. So our number one goal right now is freedom. So right now, they do what they want to do with their money. For the most part, I take all of my money and put it either into my business or into things that will pay us.
Someone said you were married, but Sean.
I failed at it. I failed at it before, yeah.
Oh, okay. No relevance to my question. I just was looking at the comment section. I won't ask that. So, if somebody, Shanice, do you want to be married
Yes.
to Sean?
Yes.
So is the pyramid like you and Sean together, and then Olivia and the other members beneath the two of you together?
No. Queens, there are no queens beneath one another.
But in America, if you can only have one wife, would you be the only wife of Sean? And then
Referring to like a government signed
Indeed.
marriage?
Indeed.
Oh, then we wouldn't involve the government.
So you just wouldn't get married?
You would. We would get married. It just wouldn't be with the government.
I'm lost. Perhaps I'm the uneducated one. So according to like legal documents, like who can go into a hospital, who inherits funds, who inherits.
Yeah, so we would have an irrevocable trust set up for that. So that would take care of that. You can just get paperwork like stating that. It's not really that hard to do.
Interesting. That was my curiosity. How money would be.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Huh. Wow. What a peculiar endeavor. What a peculiar endeavor.
And by the way, I want to say we don't have it all figured out. Like, we're still learning along the way. We're not perfect. We don't think we're better than anybody here. Like, this is just what we're doing. We're still learning. Like, we only been together for 7 months? Like, all together. So we're still learning. We're still fresh in this thing. We by no way look down upon anybody that does monogamy. We by no way look down upon anybody. Like, we're still learning. We don't pretend to have it all figured out. So if it comes across that way, that's not what it is.
Don't worry.
But we are.
It doesn't come across that way. Don't worry.
We are very strong in our beliefs.
Yes.
It doesn't come across that way. Don't worry. I am. You know. What a peculiar endeavor. I don't know. I hope for the best.
Thank you. Does it have your brain turning right now?
You're gonna find out what we already know, man. If we done all this in a couple months, man, what do you think we're gonna do in a couple years?
I mean, I probably won't be that concerned, but
Yeah, you will. No, you'll have no choice but to see us. We're gonna be all over that. I promise you. Every movie, every magazine, we're gonna be literally all over the world. That I promise you. I am gonna be
who's your management team?
powerful family America's ever seen. You'll see it. Trust me, you're gonna see us everywhere. That I promise.
What's the ETA on that?
Huh?
What do you
mean? What's the ETA on what? It's no rush. That's a natural progression, right? Right now, what we're focused on is being the best us so that we can receive. I'm focused on being the best leader that I can be, developing myself every day, making sure my business on point, making sure I'm on point, making sure I'm exercising my discipline and doing all the studying that I need to do. So maybe one day I could, have an intellectual conversation with you. Maybe one day I'll be on your level. But yeah, I mean, it's just a lot of stuff work.
Someone commented and said me when I'm schizophrenic.
Yeah, the comments be funny.
They'd be funny.
It'd be funny.
People say it alive.
So I have another question for you.
Sure. And then I'm gonna.
Why
okay
for other people but not for you?
I just don't like it.
Yeah. Besides the fact that you don't like it, why do you? Besides that.
That's the only reason. I can do things or not do things based on if I like or dislike them alone.
I 100% agree. Are you in a relationship now?
I am.
You are? How long you been? Congratulations. How long y'all been together?
Quite some time. But he is not public on social media, so I don't give any personal info about that.
So you keep your relationship private?
Indeed. We are not alike, Sean.
I see.
Indeed. But that's really all I had. I think I've seen what I needed to see. I hope that my prediction for where this will be, because you have your prediction. I hope that where I predict this will go.
That laugh sounded kind of evil. That laugh sounded kind of evil.
Well, I will tell you this. I will tell you this. I'm very rarely wrong. And listen, that sounds very arrogant. And you don't have to believe it. Don't worry.
Yeah.
But I'm very rarely wrong. And I hope that I'm not wrong about this. Because what I foresee for this, which I won't divulge, has the people
You
that I
should.
like, has the people that I like winning. So
You should. You should. You should divulge. And I'll be honest with you, my mission is my mission. And I'll be completely honest. Nobody here is trapped. They don't have to stay here.
I don't think they are.
Hold on. I only want a queen around me because she feels like I'm the best guy on the planet to help her reach her potential. And I tell them, the moment you feel like that's no longer true, leave me. I encourage it. Because if I'm not going to be the best for you, then I don't want to be like anything. Like, so I would encourage it. So people will come, people will go, but my mission will stay the same. And I will build a extremely beautiful and extremely powerful family. And we are going to do great, great, great things. Amazing things.
That was
Family vision.
Family business. So people may come and go. For me, it's all about this. I'm stern on my vision, but I'm fluid on how I get there. I'm fluid on my journey. Right? If I'm like, hey, I want to become a billionaire, I'm not like, hey, I gotta become a billionaire selling fidget spinners. This is the only way. This is the only way I'm gonna become a billionaire. I'm gonna be a fidget spinner billionaire. No, dude, I want to become a billionaire. And hey, man, I'm fluid on how I get there. Whether it's real estate, whether it's econ, whether it's building businesses, whether it's private equity, doesn't matter. This is the target. However I get there, this is where I want to go. Hey, if they're here, they're here. If they're not, they're not. But while they're here, they're going to get nourishment, and I'm going to do everything in my power to be the best man on this planet for them and for any woman that's in my life. Period.
Love that. Go off, King. I have another question now.
But you're going to find out what I already know.
Huh?
You're going to find out what I already know.
I'm not. Congratulations, phenomenal.
Okay.
How did Olivia meet you?
LinkedIn.
Girl, what the fuck?
LinkedIn. I'm serious. So I just started my business, and basically he DM'd me on LinkedIn and was like, "Hey, just looking to connect with like other people that own businesses." So, I was like, I set up a phone call. We got on the phone. We started talking about how the business is going, and basically we just vibed so well over the phone that we exchanged Instagrams. Now we never seen each other, don't know anything about each other. We just vibed really well and connected over the phone, had a lot of similarities, all of that stuff. So we wanted to stay connected to Instagram, and then we stayed on Instagram, and then we just kept staying connected. He was always so supportive of everything that I was doing within my business, my growth, that I was documenting, and yeah. And then I came to San Diego for the first time. The first time I came here, not romantic at all. No, there was nothing there. And then when I came, Shanice was here. I was like, who is this beautiful, amazing woman? Very sweet. And I found out that they were dating. And I was like, that's very interesting, cool. Was in San Diego for 5 days. After the 5 days, I left. Still nothing romantic happened. And then basically I was on the West Coast. He said, come out to San Diego. And I was like, I don't know, this, that, and the other. He was like, if you want to do it for you, do it for me. I was like, okay, John. So I flew over to San Diego. And, and then it basically happened. I didn't know it was going to be romantic.
The first time I tried to flirt with her, she literally told me verbatim, boy, get out my DMs. Very first time. Second, I saw slid in the comments, and then she was like, boy, get out my comments.
And you said, how old were you, Sean, when you guys first started talking?
28? Yeah.
And you were 17, Olivia?
No,
they just say that as a lie.
My bad.
She was born in 2000.
My bad.
We met in 2021. I met her 3 months before she turned 19.
Were you going to school, Olivia?
Was I going to school when I was 18?
Like, were you headed to college?
Oh, yeah. No, I said college wasn't a thing. I said I'm not going to college. So I got into the financial services insurance industry when I was 17. And, I was in the COVID year where basically my senior year was completely wiped out because of COVID. So we had online classes. I basically skipped my class to work with my mentor. She's been on Forbes 50 over 50 in investments and all that stuff. And I literally just dropped high school pretty early on and was like, I'm going to go straight into this business and help people with their money. So I went all in.
Gotcha.
So I did not go to school that much. Like I was graduated by the time that we were talking, like on LinkedIn. So
Right.
yeah.
How often do you talk to your family, Olivia?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I talk to them at least every week.
Dope. Well, astaghfirullah. That's all I've got for the evening.
I got two questions for you. What did you study? First of all, congratulations on graduating Ivy League. Like, major props to you. That's super impressive. I can't even spell Ivy League. With that being said, what did you get your degree in?
Huh?
What'd you get your degree in?
You know, little of this, little of that. Nothing too
I
fancy.
know that was a degree. No, seriously, what'd you get your degree in?
Something simple, something light, nothing crazy. But
Okay, so tell
I'll be going now. I think I've seen what I need to see. Enough has been displayed to me. But like I said, I hope what I predict for this is true.
Okay. What did you get your degree in?
None of your concern. Don't worry.
You said what?
None of your concern. Don't worry.
I'm asking you, why do you refuse to answer the question? That's weird.
Have a good night.
Okay.
Wait. Okay.
Who is this man? This is
What?
Adam.
Who is this? Who is that? Interesting. Well, thank you for coming on, Denisha.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now.
Okay.
Is this what's the name?
Dang it.
Alright, we gotta make this. Share this.
Oh.
Block him right now.
Yes, okay.
Right now.
Yes.
That's funny.
Okay. Okay. So what I can do, what I can do. Well, that was very interesting. That's so funny. I'll just go ahead.